In this episode of the Know Thyself podcast, the host sits down with mental high-performance coach Peter Crone to discuss the concept of self-made suffering and the discovery of one's inherent worth. They explore the idea that most people are constantly striving to become the best version of their limited selves, seeking external validation and happiness. However, true freedom and contentment can only be found within oneself, in the present moment. Crone emphasizes that the seeker is the sought, meaning that what we are searching for is already within us. He uses the analogy of a musk deer searching for the musk fragrance, not realizing that it is produced within itself. Similarly, humans often search for happiness and fulfillment outside of themselves, unaware that they already possess the qualities they seek. The conversation delves into the concept of the I am state, which is the precursor to ego-driven narratives. Crone explains that the ego is founded on negation, the idea that we are not something. This creates a sense of conflict and suffering, as we are disconnected from our true selves. The journey back to our true selves, according to Crone, is both the longest and shortest distance we will ever traverse. The discussion then shifts to the balance between shadow work and non-dualism. Crone suggests that most people are becoming the best version of their limited selves, rather than embracing their true selves. He emphasizes the importance of integrating all aspects of ourselves, including the light and shadow sides. By accepting and loving all parts of ourselves, we can find true freedom and peace. The conversation explores the idea that perfectionism is often a pursuit of the worst in ourselves, rather than the best. Many people have subtle self-narratives that are detrimental to their well-being, such as feelings of unworthiness. Crone suggests that embracing and loving these parts of ourselves is the key to liberation. Crone offers practical advice on how to embrace and integrate these aspects of ourselves. He suggests finding a safe space where unconditional love is present, whether it be through a friend, family member, or therapist. By experiencing this love and acceptance from others, we can begin to extend it to ourselves. The conversation also touches on the importance of language and self-talk. Crone explains that the language we use is often a reflection of the subconscious constraints that shape our thoughts and beliefs. He encourages listeners to pay attention to language that is limiting or abusive, such as using words like should, must, and have to. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can begin to edit the film of our thoughts and create a more positive and empowering narrative. He emphasizes that suffering is a result of our resistance to reality and our attachment to our own opinions and beliefs. Crone suggests that the key to finding freedom and enlightenment is to recognize and accept the way things are, without trying to control or change them. He encourages listeners to discover where they have resistance to reality and to let go of the idea that they are victims of their circumstances. Crone also discusses the power of listening and how it is connected to love. He explains that listening is a form of observation and presence, and it allows us to truly understand and honor someone else's reality. He emphasizes the importance of listening without judgment or the need to defend our own opinions. Crone believes that listening is a way to grant someone the freedom to be themselves and to express their own reality. The conversation also touches on the topic of inherent worth and value. Crone suggests that our inherent worth is not based on external factors such as money, status, or achievements. Instead, he argues that our inherent worth is constant and does not change. He encourages listeners to shift their perspective from the relative to the absolute, recognizing that their worth is not dependent on external circumstances. Crone explains that our worth can be discovered through the process of self-inquiry and reflection. By investigating our own beliefs and constraints, we can uncover the fragility of our human identity and recognize our inherent value. He suggests that true worth is found in being who we already are, rather than trying to become someone or achieve something. The conversation continues with the idea that doubt often kills dreams more than failure does. Crone, drawing from his experience working with high-performing athletes, emphasizes the importance of commitment. He explains that when one commits to a particular action or goal, even if it doesn't work out as intended, there is a sense of acceptance that can be lived with. On the other hand, not fully committing and experiencing doubt can be detrimental to one's progress. Crone expresses his stand for love and encourages listeners to avoid causing harm in their lives. He suggests that if one is unsure about what love means, they can start by identifying and removing instances of abuse or harm. He explains that there are different levels of harm, ranging from physical abuse to verbal abuse or making others feel wrong. By eliminating these harmful behaviors, individuals can move towards creating a more just and loving society. The conversation then delves into the concept of love and the lack of nurturing that some individuals may have experienced, leading to a limited capacity to love. Crone references a video called "Step Inside the Circle," where incarcerated individuals are asked a series of questions that reveal their lack of exposure to love and nurturing. He emphasizes that compassion is necessary when understanding that individuals who have not been taught how to love may struggle to extend love to others. Crone believes that the world needs more love, and he hopes that the conversation in his work can inspire people to cultivate more love in their relationships and in the world. The host acknowledges Crone's contribution to the collective through his work and the vibration of love that he carries. He highlights the importance of the frequency and resonance that individuals emit as a significant contribution to the collective. Crone humbly accepts the recognition and expresses his gratitude. Crone shares a personal experience where he realized that his capacity to care was not a detriment but a superpower. He recognized that caring deeply and not worrying about the outcome allowed him to maintain the energy of love. He believes that this energy can bring about positive change and make the world a more loving place. The conversation concludes with a reflection on the choice between heaven and hell. Crone shares a story where individuals are given the choice of where they want to go after death. One person chooses heaven, while another chooses hell because they believe they can eradicate suffering and bring love to those who need it. This story highlights the power of caring and the ability to create heaven even in challenging circumstances. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.